Good segue here, based on that point, to some of the mistakes, right? Because we made everything sound amazing. Financially, it makes sense, right? Buy something outright, you continue to receive rental income from it, it pays for itself, and I got cash flow. But there's another side of the coin that's not discussed enough, and people make a lot of mistakes. Yeah. So give me like a list of the mistakes that you may have made or that you want to warn people to avoid, so it's not all good. There's things you got to look out for.
Okay, well, I'll start off with saying calling mistakes learning lessons, because you're going to learn with mistakes. I don't think it's a mistake-free kind of field. You're going to definitely do a lot of learning.
Yeah.
Some things you can do on your own. Some things are a trade for a reason that people do, that are experts in what they do.
Like electrician.
Absolutely. Plumbing.
Roofing.
That's how you can cut on costs. And I don't want to necessarily say that's a mistake more or less, but I feel we're handy, and I feel, again, you're as strong as your team, so Stephanie's really good at paperwork and things of that nature. I'm the brute. I bring in the flooring, and I do some painting. But we work good as a team. If we can handle something and do it on our own, we will. But when we can, we definitely learn to get really good, trustworthy contractors. That's everything.
Contractors is one for sure. Make sure that your contractors are straight. You trust them and they're on point. No contractors. Contractors
is first and foremost.
All right.
The number one scenario of why contractors are very important. In our unit in Silver Spring area, off of Meserods, our AC went out. Okay? Your heart drops. You have a tenant.
That's the big one.
People pay their rent on time. Yeah. They want their climate control to work ASAP.
Yeah, for sure.
Nonetheless, we went to the first person. And that's why I can't say mistakes, because it's two ways to go about it. You can't go not legit, but someone that has through a commercial,
like Roto-Rooters, my plumber, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've seen the good and bad in both. In this example, we tried to go those routes at first. We were first initially charged $14,000.
Charged or quoted?
Quoted. Next, we were quoted $6,000.
That's already a big difference.
We was able to get the AC fixed for $142, based off my homie's mom's friend.
Okay.
And like a good barbershop, man, you just never let them go,
Right. So to this day, that's your AC guy.
That is, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Because you got to try to, because somebody's going to do honest work, right? So like, people know you don't know. So they're like, I can come up $6,000 right here, have a payday, give them a new unit. Yeah, I could fix the igniters or whatever it is they need to do and get out the door with $200-300. Right. But if this person's willing and financially able to pay $6,000 for a new unit, they're going to push that $6,000. Right, but an honest contractor will tell you, look, I could fix it like this. You have the same unit.
Yeah.
It might go up, but you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, okay.
You got to look at the big picture. If we had 3 properties, if we just said, okay, and that's anybody that's even making a lot of money, you just want to do your due diligence. Yeah, contracts are very important, because if that happened to 3 properties,
you start that
starts to add up.
Okay.
So we have a trustworthy electrician, our AC guy, Jesse.
Okay.
And then we also have a great plumber. Well, we have options though, just in case someone's out of town.
Yeah. You always
some people don't like driving to Baltimore.
Jobs at once.
Yeah. So we just keep a trustworthy group of contract. That is rule number 1.
All right. So we got that down. Contractors. Move on to number 2.
Mistake number 2. Again, these are all learning, lessons, because we keep all our properties. We're in the holding game, so we hold our properties. So we have a lot of experience with tenants, good and bad.
I got some stories here.
It's a tricky one. That's what it's at your own discretion, but be cautious of it. It's family and friends when they rent from you,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, boom. So you would say caution number 2 is going to be
mindful who you rent to, period. And it's no clean-cut way. It's no guaranteed great way. All I can give is my experience and my advice and the journey I've taken. And I've seen things go up and down with friends and family, more or less.
I definitely feel where you're coming from. There's no way to have a shortcut way to say whether it's a good or bad idea, but there's usually elements in place that you can take a look at to identify if it's a good or bad idea. And I think a lot of times people go with their heart because they want to help somebody out. They want to help a family member out. But when they're short on the rent, or when they don't have it, or the payment extends beyond 30 days and it's putting you in a bind, those things aren't pleasant. You know what I'm saying? So if you can avoid it and kind of keep
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying, your business affairs separate from your personal affairs, I think that's a good warning to anybody that's, because friends and family go on friends and family, period.
And, I would say people skills, social skills are important. Yeah. It's an underrated skill required in property management and obtaining properties, because you got to be good with people. I say me and my lady are a great team because we played a good cop, bad cop. The time that paperwork could be put in, she's putting in paperwork. You know what I mean? That's that. It's really nothing around that. She ain't really about to say much to you.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a talk to him, see if we can make it work.
Try to work with
things,
him.
So and both ways will work. There's no set way, but that was necessary.
Sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes you give them an olive branch and they can make it right. Cool. That's two. First is going to be make sure your general contractors and your contractor game is on point. People you know and trust. Two is going to be tenants, who you're renting to. Do your due diligence and be very aware.
Credit checks, things of that nature.
Yeah, credit checks and things that come with renting to family and friends.
And we stay ready, but have money ready for when people don't pay their rent.
Okay. Emergency
circumstances.
Right.
Absolutely. Coronavirus came out of nowhere, and that affected a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you do got to have, kind of have a heart if you are put in that situation. But those things happen. Those situations could turn the best renter, somebody that had great credit score, rent history, and not be paying rent anymore. So you just never know. But you just got to have reserves for that.
That's an unforeseen circumstance,
Absolutely.
Right? And in the owner's seat, you got to be ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as well as repairs.
Okay.
Again, good contractor, but you just gotta have the money for that as well.
Okay.
So it's not just when rent coming in, free money, just have fun. You gotta have a reserve and be prepared for repairs and unforeseen circumstances when people are able to pay their rent.
Do we have any more we want to add to the list? We have contractors, right? Make sure you got a solid team of contractors, people you know, love, and trust, who can do honest work.
It necessarily don't have to be a ranking. It depends. Yeah. They're all very important.
Yeah.
Who you go into business with? Some people are going into it by themselves. Some people are going into it, of course, with their significant other. There's some group of friends that go into it.
Yeah.
So I could put trust of who you go into it with.
Yeah.
Is up front. It's very important. It's very important, that structure that you have with a group of friends.
Yeah.
Because the more people you add on, there's more opinion.
Right.
So it's two ways to go about it. Y'all have a strong, equal opinion.
Yeah.
Or there's a hierarchy to where someone's making a higher decision. Two different systems, but communication, trust. It's a lot that goes on with obtaining properties and a lot of talks that need to be had and a lot of trust that is going to have to show itself. And
deciding you're going to do it by yourself because of that lack of trust in other people, right?
Right.
You can have multiple properties by your lonesome and build your way up. But with a team, of course, you can do things faster, more income, more leverage.
And a like-minded goal, if everybody's talking about obtaining something and holding it, you want to stick to that. But then there's somebody that, say, hey, man, I heard about flipping. And
they're trying to cash out.
They're trying to,
Yeah, you got to be a unified
Or, my aunt, somebody, they're going through something with their family, just lost their job. They want to make a move. You just got to be mindful of that. That's very important as well. And another thing, I'm sorry.
No, there's a community of people who say that buying a house is a bad move.
Absolutely, yeah. One thing we do, with Stephanie being a real estate agent, we allow people to break their lease if they're in a position to buy from her. We've had tenants that were in a position to buy. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have fear or don't know they are capable of buying a home. To instill that confidence, tell them the long-term benefit. We've had renters buy properties, through Stephanie, and promote that if you're in a position to do that, because it's more than just paying less of where you're staying at. It's also obtaining something for your children
that you own.
Something that you can rent. So, even if you want to own, period.